Tell me I'm wrong, bitch. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I'm your host, Alex, but you can call me Senpai. And joining me tonight, I have our czar of source material, John.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
And our chivalry of Shota's Shotaro.
I'm just so big.
In Japan?
No.
That musical reference is probably before it is before your time. It's before my time. God, I'm old.
Most things are before my time.
Yeah, we're like 7, dude. What the heck?
Well, if you ask Sho, he's like permanently 13. He's on like his 7th season of being 13.
I was only turned 13 2 days ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
So tonight, the three of us have gotten together to do another WTF episode of the podcast where we are going to be talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. And since we've gotten a lot of questions on our Discord server from followers lately, which you can also ask us any kind of questions you want by joining our Discord server. We have a channel set up just for our followers to ask questions of us. We thought we'd get to a few of those tonight. We're obviously not going to get to all of them because over the last few days, we've gotten, I think like 12 of them. And if we answered all of them, we'd just be here all night answering questions, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But anyway, yeah, keep them coming. The people have given us these questions, definitely keep them coming. And if you have a question for us, doesn't have to be about anime. It can be about anything in particular. Feel free to join our Discord server and ask us. You can find a link to our Discord server down below. If you're not already a member of our server there. So I've randomly chosen 4 questions, pseudo-randomly. I wanted questions from 4 different people. So the very first one I think was originally directed at me, but you guys can ask too. I want to find who actually asked this question. Dr. Sauce on our Discord server, who is also one of the admins of our Facebook page. He wants to know, who was the very first trap you ever encountered, and were they the one who made you fall in love with traps? I feel like since this question was probably originally directed at me, I mean, I can say with certainty the first trap I ever was aware of or saw in anime was Haku from Naruto. I think it's probably the same for you too, isn't it, John?
Yeah, Haku, because I definitely thought Haku was a girl. I mean, everyone thought Haku was a girl, right? That was the joke.
Naruto thought Haku was a girl. That was like the big twist at the end of that episode. It's like, she walks away and is like, by the way, I'm a boy.
Like, what?
And Naruto's like, he's prettier than Sakura.
That's not a high bar to clear. TBH.
Honestly, that's
savage.
not a high bar.
Listen, I hate Sakura.
But she has pink hair. What did you hate about that?
What's your point?
Anyone
So
with
does
pink
Gasai.
Can't be that bad.
Uh-huh.
I haven't watched Naruto, so I'm just talking out my ass as I usually do.
So who was your first trap? I feel like also reverse traps are fair game for this question.
Well, as you all know, traps are not my fetish. Okay, I don't fetishize traps. I don't like traps in general, regular or reverse. But my first one, I would say, is Haruhi from Uran Koko Host Club. And she was alright. She's kind of boring. Whatever.
I mean, I think a lot of people, myself included, have very fond memories of Warren High School Host Club.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, dude. The freaking incest twins?
That was a little cringy. I mean, looking back on it, it was a little cringy. I remember, like, because that was when people were doing cringy-ass shit at anime conventions back then. Like, there were people who would cosplay as them, and it's like, they'd be making out in public. I'm like, ooh, I don't think that's good.
You know, like, I watched it when I was around 18, and it was, like, one of the most overtly homosexual, like, displays in media I'd seen, and I was, like, a little startled. I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know they were this explicit about that. But looking back at it, it's pretty problematic.
Listen, they're just sharing their brotherly love.
No.
Exchanging brotherly love with each other.
No.
Changing brotherly love fluids. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I can't say though that like Hagu being my first trap was the one that made me like fall in love with the idea of traps. If I have to pick one specific character, I mean it's something kind of recent actually. It's probably Felix Argyle from ReZero.
Now, does Felix cross-dress because he just likes cross-dressing, but he's actually straight? Right?
His sexuality has never officially come up like in canon, but I personally believe he is straight. He's just a guy, or he's bisexual at least. And I think he genuinely has the hots for Krush. I just think he likes wearing women's clothes.
Yeah, so, I mean, whatever. That's zero relevance. I just wanted to know for my own personal mind bank.
Mm-hmm. So you can justify the spank bank?
Yes. Time to scrub all of the feeling. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I don't think that Felix is gay as a character, but even if he is, it wouldn't bother me any. I mean, I just don't think that being gay is a requirement for a trap character.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like, I don't really care about trap characters. Like, I really like some trap characters. Like, I really like, Totsuka? Fucking, who's the guy?
Saika from
Saika.
Snafu?
Yeah, Saika. I really like him because they just, like, make him super cute. And I'm just like, ha! He's cute. What I don't like is...
You like traps with the cuteness factor, though.
Yeah. I like all cute things, so it's kind of just like, it doesn't really matter to me. All cute is all, cute. All cute is equal.
Fair enough. All right. So the next question we have is from Military Boy AJ, whoever is adding names on this doc that we're using. Thank you. This question is, who is your favorite overpowered MC? And John, since you're on this podcast and you love overpowered characters, I want you to answer this first.
Sasuga Ainsama.
Is there really any other answer to this question, though?
No, there is not.
Like, I really like Ainz. Like, he's overpowered in the context of, like, the New World and stuff, but he's just an entertaining character all around, because even though he's OP, it's not like he solves everything by just being OP. Like, he actually has a battle plan, he has monologuing, and he actually takes things into consideration. And if you read Volume 14, Platinum Dragon Lord, you know what I'm talking about. Like... I
also like that how even though he is super OP, sometimes he's able to win just by having fucking conversations with people.
Well, yeah, and he's just an entertaining character because a lot of OPMCs kind of just go like, oh, well, I'm just gonna be OP and I don't like how you did this thing, so I go and smash your organization. And I'm just like, yeah, I read so much of it, and it's kind of just like it all blurs into one page. There's just no real reason other than plot convenience that they're OP.
I think that's genuinely, like, all three of us, that's our answer, is Ainzol Gown from Overlord.
I mean, there's no other possible answer, so...
Not really.
Because every other OP character that we see in anime or in manga, light novels, stuff like that, they all follow the same pattern of, I reincarnated, I have some cheat skill, I know knowledge from a different world, and makes it me smarter and stronger than everyone else, and it's all so overused, and it's like, blah. It starts blending together.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to pick someone else that I really, really like as an overpowered main character, I'd probably go with Rimuru from Slime Tensei, because I really like the character.
Yeah.
His quote-unquote. I don't think he has a gender, but...
Technically he has a gender. Well, he was gendered before he turned into a slime.
Yeah.
My second pick, I don't know if this person is considered overpowered, but I'd go with Lelouch from Code Geass. You could consider him overpowered.
See, I would disagree, but I don't think he's overpowered just because of, like, the restrictions on his power,
Honey, he gets around those restrictions easily.
All right. Fair enough.
I mean, I could see that going either way, honestly. The Geass is a really powerful thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the third question we have here is from Mizu Ayu. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right. Who is your favorite YouTuber?
well.
Either one of you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first so I would have answered two best friends play because I was super big into them in high school.
Is that a euphemism?
Yes. But sadly they have broken apart and are no longer a team of. They used to be 4 people. There was Wooly, Liam, Matt, and Pat, but they've broken up. So right now I watch a lot of Markiplier. Like I fucking love Marky Moo. He's my favorite. Like I didn't like him before. Like pre 2018 Markiplier is like the same every other face cam Let's Player where they scream a lot. They try to do high energy. Like it's just now that he's mellowed out, I like him a lot more. And
I feel like pre-2018 Markiplier was really always leaned into the idea of playing a character, and now it's like his videos now it's like it's just him.
Yeah, now he's just being weird. He's just like, and that's what I really like. It's a lot more genuine. It's not to say that his old content was bad. Like he tries, puts in a lot of effort to like make you feel engaged when he's playing games, but there's only so much of pre-2018 Markiplier I can take.
All right, so what about you? You got to have some
God.
Toxic people that you love.
Oh, no.
Giggit, Mom's Basement.
Oh, God. I'm so ashamed of my answer. But, yeah, my favorite YouTuber is, like, a really unpopular YouTuber because I'm that hipster who follows someone with, like, 3,000 subs.
Wow.
So their channel's called Half Moon Joe, and I've been watching them for, like, 10 years. And I watch like every single video of theirs. I love them so much. They're like a gay Let's Player. And they look like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. And I'm not exaggerating. And I don't know, they just vibe with me. Like, honey, gay and ugly, that's me. So that's what I watch.
I mean, since you said it, I won't disagree.
Wow. Oh, also, I do live in a cave, so.
And you're 13, right?
I mean, I look 13. I mean, like, see, Gollum has that same thing where it's like, he looks like a child, but he's probably like 1,000 years old, so.
Just like you!
Excuse me?
Wow.
I'm actually 13. I can't believe you would imply anything otherwise.
All right. I guess, so, obviously, ever since I got into VTubers, that's pretty much all I watch now on YouTube is VTubers. I feel like if I had to choose a specific VTuber that I love a lot, I mean, Sakura Miko is my fucking queen.
Yeah. Fuck Miko! Fuck Miko!
Fuck
No,
you,
fuck
Miko!
you!
Fuck you, Miko!
No, fuck Miko! I fucking love Miko.
Hey, stay home! Stay home!
Jesus. Yeah, like ever since I fell down the VTuber role, I still haven't simped. However, I've grown on Miko. She's just she does stupid shit.
I mean, if you join our Discord server, periodically I showed my updated whole live VTuber rankings, just who I love more and more every day. If I had to choose someone who's not actually a VTuber that I really, really like on YouTube, I guess it's a relatively new channel. It's only been around for like 2 or maybe 2.5 years now. It's a guy called The Critical Drinker. He's a Scottish YouTuber who's also a writer. That's his primary job. Who does a lot of media commentary, like TV shows, movies, things like that. And just like his name would entail, he is drunk in a lot of the stuff that he puts up. And it's very entertaining. He also does a lot of like multiple hours long commentaries about like individual things, like a specific movie or a specific TV show with other like media commentary YouTubers as well. That's usually really interesting to listen to, especially for someone like me who works very long hours and needs something to listen to at work. So if you're ever looking for someone that is very entertaining to listen to talk about movies and TV shows, The Critical Drinker is pretty good.
Nah, man, if they want something to listen to while they're at work, man, check out Anime Club After Dark.
That too. After you check out us, though, and you're caught up with all of our shit.
Come on, man. That was a perfect opportunity to plug the podcast. What is wrong with you?
Who's your favorite YouTuber? Anime Club After Dark. Aren't you on that?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, totally.
We're on YouTube. Freaking 100 episodes in, start plugging our own podcast on our podcast. Dude, this is the metagame. You don't understand.
We are our own sponsor. Can't get a sponsor, we will become our own sponsor.
Oh, God. Okay, then.
This segment sponsored by John's building rage at all the shitty audio I keep sending him.
Dear Lord. One day.
All right. So the final question we're going to tackle tonight from one of our followers is from Dorime. Or she, I don't know. They ask, which character do you relate to the most and why? Now, this didn't specify anime character, but I'm going to assume they mean anime character.
I don't really identify with any anime character because, like, I'm just too weird.
Oh.
So what you're saying is Ho in Kyo.
Yeah, basically yeah, there we go.
No.
Christina.
You literally are Okubo.
Oh God. But no, I really can't decide because no one really gets me. I kind of just do what I want. And I can't.
No one really gets me. Says the only person on our podcast currently in a relationship.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about anime characters. I've never seen myself portrayed as an anime character. Like, I don't really identify with anyone very strongly because there are certain things I agree with, certain things I don't with anime characters and how they abuse their powers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
know,
true.
and I don't really see myself represented in any other way.
I mean, that's fair. The person that I relate to most is from something that's borderline anime, and it's Kaz Khan from Neo Yokio.
Oh my God.
Tell me I'm wrong, bitch. Tell me I'm wrong. Listen, my favorite color, pink, because I'm gay. I'm a diva. I'm popular. Everyone wants to talk to me. The world revolves around me. Honey, I am Kaz Khan. Oh, also my name is Kazu, so I am Kaz Khan. Listen.
Kazu Khan.
You know what? This is very convincing.
Listen.
You do make a very convincing argument about this. The only real difference between the two of you is you're not voiced by an annoying prick.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure many people would call my voice annoying, and many people would call me a prick. So it's not too far off.
No.
I do not like how quickly you agreed with no, but
You
we
do
can
make
move on.
it's because you make a very convincing argument.
You know what? You can. What character do you relate to, Alex?
Just about any fucking Chinibyo character.
Wait, are you that Chinibyo? I feel like you're more cringe than Chinibyo.
Yeah, I do not think you're that much Chunibyo in real life.
Yeah. I'm not seeing it.
No, but I want to be.
Oh, Alex.
You wish you could be the Dark Flame Master.
You're damn straight. I wish I could be. If I had to pick one that I think I am genuinely like, I'd probably say Rei Kiriyama from March Comes in Like a Lion.
Because you're sad and have glasses.
Well, okay, yes, you're not wrong about that, but also that, like, while I do consider myself more extroverted than introverted, it does take me a while to get used to being around new people.
Okay, that's fair.
It also takes me a while to become like really good friends with someone.
Okay.
Which is something that he goes through.
But are you implying you're a cute Shota boy?
Is he a Shota boy?
No,
I
he's
wouldn't
an
say
old
he's
man.
a Shota. He's cute, and I'm cute.
Okay.
John, stop.
Listen. You're a very impressive man.
Oh dear. Oh, where is this going?
Well, let's see. Between the two of you, John's actually met me more than you have.
I'm afraid to understand what you're implying.
I have to take into account your personality as well. It's not just looks, okay? It has to be personality. Personality-wise,
my only thing in saying that is he's been around me in person more than you have.
Yeah.
So
I'm aware.
Alex is
he
more.
stayed
of an
in my
old
house for a week.
Alex is more of an old man. I'm just saying.
I am an old soul.
No, you're just old.
Wow.
Listen.
On that note, thank you guys for sending in the questions to us. On our next WTF, we'll get to maybe 4 or 5 more questions that you guys had. And like I said before, if you aren't a member of our Discord server and you want to ask us questions, do join in the link down below where you can ask us whatever you want. So, actually getting into our WTF episode tonight, Natai is not actually here to do the
Simp
silly,
report! Simp report!
Yeah, I was going to say the silly sound effect, but John, what you just did will suffice.
Wait, he does the sound effect every time?
He does that.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so yeah, if this is your first time coming to this, yes, every month I do keep track of how much I actually simp to VTubers. So the total is up to $726. It's US dollars so far. I'll just go down the list here as to how much I've donated to each person. Sakuramiko is the one that I've donated the most to at $350. Next is Usada Pekora at $105. Third is Inugami Korone at $77. I've donated $69 to Galgura, and that was all one donation, just to hear her go nice. It was worth it. I have donated $40 to Hosho Marin desu.
Sankise, Hosho Marin desu.
I have donated $35 to ya boy, Mori Calliope.
Hey, deadbeats.
Peace! I have donated $10 to Natsuhiro Matsuri. Another 10 to Shirakami Fubuki. No wife.
Listen, Silver Cat Girl.
No cat, fox. I have donated $5 to Hachima. By the way, those lore videos, holy shit.
She's crazy, man. Hachima's nuts.
Genuinely, John, since you're here, I gotta ask, is she like trying to become the new Filthy Frank? Because if so, I'm all for it.
I don't know, but she started out as like, first of all, Hachima is not real, right? Like, she started out as, oh, I'm just another cute idol, and then she just like started getting unraveled, and it's like, no, she's actually just a crazy bitch.
Yeah, the thing with Hachima is, like, she started out, she was in Australia, right? She was a Japanese foreign exchange student in Australia. And then COVID hit right as she finished her studies in Australia, and she couldn't get her return visa accepted by the Japanese government.
Oh, no.
So she was trapped in Australia for, like, 9 months.
Jesus Christ.
After her studies were over, and like I feel like watching her trapped in Australia for those 9 months, we just slowly watched her go crazier and crazier.
Well, no, the real reason she did even all that crazy like reveal stuff and with the severed head thing was she got a new model with her old hair, and that was the only reason. But she chose to take it so fucking far and make like crazy like yandere fucking murder vibes and this whole twin lore. It's so stupid. Like, crazy.
It is, but it's awesome.
She's
and
nuts.
It's so creative. It's so fucking creative.
Yeah.
I love the lore videos that she's been putting out. I hope she does more of them. I genuinely hope she's trying to become like the next Filthy Frank and just do this crazy ridiculous shit.
Yeah, Akai Hato has definitely, I think she realized that she needed to stick herself out more, and going this crazy girl route is definitely, because it helped put her at 1 million, right?
Yeah, she just very recently passed 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and it's certainly over the last month or so, she's been putting out this absolutely batshit crazy shit. Like, she's gained a hell of a lot of followers.
Yeah, I think her manager greenlit all this because they realized, like, we need something to, because there's so many girls in Hololive, right? Like, and then
there's about to be a new generation of EN girls.
Yeah, apply now. The deadline is like,
Natai has actually applied.
No way.
I'm not joking.
Oh
Natai actually sent in an application.
Oh man,
I would watch Nitai as well.
I would also watch Nitai.
He doesn't realize, he says he hasn't simped, and I believe him, but he is so fucking far in this rabbit hole. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't. Maybe I'll apply. I don't know. I hate people, so I don't think people would like to watch me.
Oh dear.
The entire cast would just be me. I hate all of you. Get away from me.
Well, hey, Hachima does that now with their chatting streams. People will send her stuff like, be my wife. She's like, disgusting!
Yeah.
That's mean.
Let's see, who else? Let's see. I donated to everyone's winning son, Yokoku Roboro.
That's the old guy, right?
No. That's the guy who always wears like the vest and stuff and is like, I'm everyone's winning son.
Oh, I'm thinking of someone else then. Could have sworn there was a VTuber I was watching where it's like he sounds like an old man and his character is an old man.
Yeah,
Isn't
there
this-
is.
This guy, the old man?
No, I just answered that question.
Okay, well, I disagree with you.
Oh.
And then since the last time I did the Simp Report, I have actually donated to 2 brand new ones. I finally broke down and donated to Kureiji Ali.
I'm surprised it took you this long to start donating to Ollie because holy shit, did you like her from the beginning?
I do. I love her. I love her like insanely like caps lock energy 24/7. I fucking love it. And then the other one I've recently donated to is Nataya's new favorite VTuber, Ayunda Risu, which is one of the other HoloLive Indonesian
Fuck you, the
VTubers.
nuts girl.
Nuts, big nuts, tasty nuts,
Yeah.
flat nuts.
Oh.
Squirrel girl.
Yeah. I like the fact that the whole lore behind her is just actually it's 2 different personalities. There's Ayunda and Risu. Risu's like the cute, like, I love everyone person, and then like there's this tsundere Ayunda that's inside of her.
Yeah, see, I don't keep up. Those are the Indonesia, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Ali and Risu are both Indonesian VTubers. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they cast in English?
Well, Ali does her streams. She talks everything she says is always in English, Indonesian, and Japanese.
What?
What?
So she self-translates while she's streaming.
Oh.
Kind of like how Kiara does with between English and Japanese.
That's a lot of languages.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. And then most of the Indonesian VTubers will go back and forth between English and Indonesian. Risu mostly streams in English though. But anyway, that's a Simp Report. I'm giving away all of my money.
Listen, there are better things that you could be spending all your money on. All
There are
right?
far worse things too.
That's true. It's a fair point.
Debatable.
Like you could be spending all of it on frickin' Gacha games.
Oh, I'm...
Like you, John?
Shh, that's for later. That's for
No,
later.
Go
you
ahead.
brought it up. Let's talk about it.
I have a problem, guys. I have been spending boatloads of money in Genshin, and I have an unhealthy addiction, and I need an intervention.
Well, I can tell you do need an intervention, but I can tell you one group of people who really love it, and that's the Chinese Communist Party. Really thank you for your patronage.
Oh yeah, I bet. No problem, General Mao. Wait, no, who's the guy now? Panda.
Xi
or-
Jinping.
Oh, there we go. Wait, we can't say the other one, the one he's related to, because then we would be banned.
Oh.
Shut up.
Okay. So how much have you spent, John?
Let's just say he lives in the 100-acre wood.
Yeah. So between the last month, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna save up all of my like crystals and not buy anything, and I did really well. And I didn't get any event characters because I rolled a really good one. I was like, oh, I don't need anyone else. And then I got to the end game of Genshin where all of it's just farming, and then I was just like, I need to up my DPS even more. I need to spend $150 in like a span of 10 minutes to get a fucking... So I was gatching for a specific character to get 2 copies, and I had to spend $150 to just get 2 copies, and I got like boatload of copies of others that I didn't care about, and I was like, whatever. And I was just like, wow, I'm up to, I think... So before that, I was at 300, so I'm at 450 now. Which is... I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's in the span of a couple months where I've spent $450 on just playing a stupid mobile game that and the worst part is, I know I don't need these characters. Like, I have a great team, I have a great setup, and I finished raising all my characters and all their items and farming and all this shit. And then I gatch 2 new characters that I'm like, oh yeah, now I can optimize my team better, even though I don't need to. And it's a problem.
What
It
does
is
it
a problem.
What does it say about me that I find that this expenditure is more reasonable than donating to VTubers?
Wow.
Yeah,
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Show?
Oh my.
Wow. I don't know. It's different when you spend money on a game because it's like, it's all entertainment, so it really shouldn't matter if you get hours of entertainment and you spend the same amount of money on a VTuber versus a game. What's really the difference, right? People spend way more money going out to go drink over the weekend with their friends or stuff, you know. So it's really not much different.
Some of us do both of those things.
Yeah, well, I don't have a social life.
Oh, dear. I think it's because I'm a selfish person. Like, I like spending money on games so I can bully other people. But then, like, compared to...
That's exactly why you play Dead by Daylight, too.
Exactly. Compared to, like, donating to VTubers, that's, like, being nice to people. And I don't understand. So I think that's the breakdown of why I feel that way.
You know what?
Tell me again, Show, why you don't currently have a boyfriend.
Because... I hate everyone on this planet.
It's because Show is a lot to handle in a very small package.
Oh.
Well, you got that
Honey,
right.
That's
very
my
small.
Grindr profile.
Oh no.
That's like his intro on a dating app. I'm a lot to handle in a very small package.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand. Like, I get it. Like, and I agree. Like, if you're enjoying it and you're getting, you know, entertainment out of it, fine. But like, the reason that I donate to VTubers is that I find their the content they put out like particularly entertaining. Like, that the reason I donate is because whatever they've done right before I donate to them, I found really entertaining. Whether that's like a karaoke stream or a game that they played that I really like or whatever. Or sometimes I'll donate to ask them a question during one of their chatting streams. But like with Gacha, like I've actually tried to get myself addicted to Gacha games, and I can't get addicted to this.
Wait, why would you try? Why is that something you would want to do?
Yeah, like, so for me, I was trying to be a free to play for this game. Like, Genshin's made by MiHoYo. I've been playing MiHoYo games since the beginning, so I've been a part of their community for a very long time. Like, over the last freaking, I don't know, 7-8 years now. God, has it been about that time? 7 or 8 years, I think I've been playing their games. And so to me, it's a company that I like playing games for, and I don't really mind spending the money. So I get it. I get why you would spend it on VTubers.
Yeah, like, but I tried to get into Gacha games. Like, I tried with Azure Lane. Like, and that's a game that's full of hot fucking waifus.
I don't know. There's a lot of factors to being addicted to Gacha. Like, for Genshin, it's basically just a waifu and husbando collector like the rest of them. So, you know, it's insanely why Fate Zero, Fire Emblem Heroes, Fate Grand Order? Is that FGO.
Just say Fate in general, just Fate.
Well, the mobile game.
It's just a waifu simulator.
Well, there's a mobile game, right? And I think it's Grand Order that's the mobile game.
Yeah, Grand Order is the mobile game, yes.
Yeah, so, yeah, but Fate and Azure Lane and Konkole and basically all the other fucking waifu and husband. Girls Frontline. Arc Knights, that's still popular for whatever reason. Like, there's not a lot of gameplay that requires you to gatch in these games, but I do want to talk about predatory nature of gacha games and how it's kind of everywhere in life, because I was just at like the store at a Target and was just waiting in line, and there was a kid that walked up and grabbed this pouch that was like, hey, buy this like $1 pouch. It could have one of 12 Lego characters in it. And she grabbed one, and then she came back and grabbed a second one.
Oh, damn.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I thought about it. I was like, gacha exists everywhere in our life. You know, there's always people, there's always been gacha in every part of my life growing up. Like card packs. Remember buying card packs for Yu-Gi-Oh, for Pokemon, for fucking
honey,
that was essentially gacha.
My whole childhood. Remember
That's what I'm saying.
those toys and fast food?
Yeah,
Yes,
even
honey.
McDonald's is doing a freaking Pokemon thing right now for Pokemon toys and cards and shit. And
Well,
it's
I mean,
like,
even-
we've
even
got like
before-
6. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
before and Japan has this too, like the gachapon, which is where gacha comes from. It's like the capsule toys that you get. I mean, that's essentially the same thing.
Yeah, but a lot of companies have started to capitalize on this and just thrown in gacha everywhere. Like, we've seen the steady stream of gacha mechanics inside of video games, like
Yeah,
free
loot
to play,
boxes.
loot boxes, stuff like that. And we've talked about this before, but just it's everywhere else in life that we have. Like, there's a lot more companies moving to do collectibles, to do like mini collectibles, hey, do you want to buy one of these? Could get a collectible for the store. Like stores are doing it. Fucking going to a store's one specifically, like a Japanese store I go to. They're like, hey, we have a collectible mascots. You could get one of 6. You can pay for $1 and get it. I'm like, why? Like, I'm obviously not the target, but
I feel like
it's just...
those kind of promotions are less toxic than like games or waifus, because with those kind of promotions, like, do you really care which mascot you get? Whereas in games, like, that's why you're gambling for a specific thing. So you keep going.
So that's like predatory mechanics where it's like, obviously, like Genshin as an example, they have 5-star characters, the stronger characters. They are definitely way better.
Is that like the SSSSSR characters?
Yeah, like the super secret rare character, the top of the line characters. They are way better than any of their 4-star counterparts of the same type or kind of weapon. And they all play uniquely too. So it's like, you don't need these characters, but they definitely, because I have a shit ton of them, it definitely makes it a lot easier to play. So it's really pay to win, and it's predatory. And
John, you and I did an entire episode of the podcast where we talked about the nature of gacha games, and like Sho just said it, it's literally just gambling.
Yeah, and it's a vice that I really should watch, and it shocked me how easily I got absorbed into spending money. When for the first 3 months of this game's release of Genshin, I did not spend money, and only in the last 2 months did I just start blowing a shitload of money.
Yeah. And it's like even worse that like, I don't know, each roll is like a small amount of money. So you're like, oh, I can do this small roll. It's like, I can do another and another. And then what?
Yeah.
You're $100 in? Oh, when did that happen?
Yeah, and they have like guarantees where like, oh, if you do the event pulls, it's guaranteed at 90 to get 1 of 2. So you have a 50% chance.
Oh, that's a worthwhile gamble, you know?
Yeah,
Gotta get it
like,
while it lasts.
Well, because if you don't get it on the first round, you 100% will get it on the second round. And 180 pulls, that's like fucking $200.
Yeah.
But we don't
Totally
talk
worth.
about how much money it is. We talk about how many pulls it is, and it seems reasonable.
Exactly.
It's not reasonable.
I mean, you and I talked about this when we talked about gacha games before. It's like, it's genuinely just letting kids gamble.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the kids got to get the money from their parents, but the parents also need to be the more responsible party and say, hey, no.
But just seeing all of it around us in consumerism, like, you know, collectible toys and collectible minis here and there, everywhere you go for kids, it's just ingrained in you at a young age. And there's no really like, oh, well, you should know how to spend your money correctly, but there's no one to really tell you that because it's normal. It's like if you get into something, it's just normal to always have gacha mechanics. And
that's the insidious nature of it, though, that once it gets implemented somewhere, it never leaves.
Yeah.
It's exactly like taxes, as taxes are to the government. Once they get implemented, they never leave.
And for me, I justify I can spend my money because I'm like, you know what? I have extra funds that I set aside every month for... I do budgeting, right, for me and my girlfriend, and I have a certain amount of money I set aside a month for just whatever I want. If I felt like going out to drink, if I felt like going get an extra takeout, if I feel like going to the casino, if whatever the fuck I want to spend extra money on, I'll use that amount, and I don't go over that. That's like I have a budget, and it's just something that's smart that everyone should be taught. Because
I'm the exact same way. Like once I pay put the money aside for my bills and, you know, pay my rent and stuff like that, whatever money I have left over, there's a portion of it that I put into the bank in my savings account, and then the rest of it that I have left over is just it's money for me. It's to go out to eat, to go to an actual casino where I could win actual fucking money.
That's bad.
Or, you know,
that's a bad mindset to go to a casino with.
Choice of expenditure.
See, that's the difference, though, in my mind. Like, I would rather spend my money at an actual casino than on a gacha game, because with a gacha game, the most I'm ever gonna win is like stuff for the game. At a casino, yeah, I'm still probably gonna lose, but at least if I do win, it's money, and everywhere accepts money.
Okay, but
who needs money?
I can't go with some cosmetic outfit to 7-Eleven and say, "Can I give you this cosmetic outfit for those 2 Diet Cokes over there?"
Who needs Diet Cokes when you look amazing in a video game?
Exactly, dude. Oh my god, I love costumes in games.
I agree.
I will pay, but I just from my personal experience, coming from a family, if you're Asian, your parents probably gamble. They may have not have a amazing, terrible gambling addiction like I had to grow up with, but watching people be gambling addicts and losing their money and not being able to afford to fucking feed you, you learn to hate gambling real fast and learn how to budget. And like I said, yeah, I think gambling is fun. I like going out and gambling, but to me, a casino is not an opportunity where I could possibly win money. It's I'm gonna go to the casino with 200 in my pocket because that's what I set aside, and if I win, oh great, amazing, I can go get extra dinner or go get a fancy feast or whatever, like
or put it in my savings account.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck I want. But if I lose that 200, hey man, I came here with 200, I lost it in 30 minutes, that's fine. I'm gonna fucking just chill out and go home,
Yeah,
that's
the mindset I go. That's the mindset I go. Like, I'll withdraw a set amount from my bank account, like, whatever, it's $300, $400, $500, whatever. It's whatever I'm comfortable with losing that particular day, and that won't fucking bankrupt me either. And then I tell myself that, this is what I had to play with. If it's gone, it's gone.
And
I've
that's
never
acceptable.
Actually gone to a casino. Like, I like the idea of gambling, but I don't want to lose money. It just seems so dumb.
I've learned recently you fucking love the idea of poker, because every time you're playing poker on Tabletop Simulator, like, come play with me.
I love gambling games, but I don't like to actually gamble.
See, I have a friend who's like that as well. He's like, he hates, because he's Asian, and he also has parents who have a gambling addiction, and it's caused problems for our families both. But he hates gambling because he's like, I can't stand losing money. And I'm like, I get it.
But I need to play blackjack. Hit me.
Just play the mobile games or whatever.
I mean, I'll hit you. Just give me your face. I'll put my fist in.
Oh god. Well, speaking of gambling, I recently watched a gambling film on Netflix called Molly's Game, it's a live action, so I'm sorry, you weebs out there. It's real people.
Hey, don't apologize, because the last live action thing from Netflix you actually suggested turned out to be really good.
Well, I'm assuming you're talking about Queen's Gambit?
Yes.
Well, if you liked Queen's Gambit, I would highly recommend Molly's Game, because they both feature main heroines that are ruthless bitches. And that's
so basically it's Kakegurui.
It's like Kakegurui, except she doesn't like orgasm. She like kicks you.
Even better.
Exactly. So it's actually based on a true story. It's basically the biography of Molly Bloom, who was an Olympian skier who got an early injury, so she had to retire early. And, she had nothing to do, so she just started gambling, and she got involved with this really multi-million-dollar gambling ring. She ended up running the ring, and then some bullshit happens, and she gets, arrested, and all this drama. But the main actress, Jessica Chastain, did such an amazing job as Molly. She just insults everyone she meets, and she is just one bad bitch, and honestly she makes the whole film. I'm
actually familiar with the story of Molly Bloom, so I might actually give this a shot.
And it's actually really impressively directed, because like many dramatizations of real events, the story itself is usually really clunky because it's not fiction. There's not a team of writers being like, there's going to be character growth here, and then there's going to be a plot twist, and then a climax, and then a resolution. No, these are just actual events that happened in whatever order they actually happened. So sometimes it's very clunky to transfer that to a film and make it fun to watch. But they did a really good job, because the actual events that happened in the film could have been really, weirdly jumbled up. But the way they did it, they told a really fluid story that was actually pretty satisfying at the end. Even though the real life events aren't satisfying, the way they ended the film, it was. So I do highly recommend it, especially if you like bad bitches insulting people. So
Okay. I mean, what you mentioned there, that's always the challenge with adapting a real, a real story into a fictional or like a movie or a TV show.
yeah.
You have to balance the idea of having a traditional narrative with telling the actual story.
Mm-hmm. And they do a really good job of dramatizing it because it is very dramatic. So there's a lot of entertainment value. You're not going to feel like you're watching a documentary. You're going to feel like you're watching a drama. But at the same time, some of the like really sensational events that happen in the movie, you're going to, in the back of your mind, you're going to be like, oh, this is so crazy. I'm like, oh shit, this actually happened. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's like Hannah Montana if she was a bitch.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, I have to check it out.
I totally recommend it.
Well, you're 1 for 1 on Netflix recommendations recently, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have something I wanted to kind of bring up. I really would love to go to Otakon this year because it was canceled last year, or just any convention in particular. But as we know, a lot, not I won't say every convention in 2020 was canceled because there were some in January and February that did happen. But most of the anime conventions throughout the world really were put on hold last year, and it's looking more and more like a lot of those same conventions are going to be put on hold again in 2021. At least as of right now. I mean, we're recording this at the end of February, so who knows? Things could change. Otakon is typically at the end of July, early August. I think this year it's scheduled currently for the very first weekend in August, if I'm not mistaken, or last weekend in July. So things could change between now and then. If it's on, I'll be there. If not, I mean, obviously I won't. But my question becomes, like, if we have to have almost all these conventions across the world go 2 years without having an event, can they realistically survive that?
Yeah, what?
Aren't
They're
they
publicly
just like
funded, aren't they?
volunteer based?
Yeah,
Not necessarily. Otakon has said publicly that they're very close to insolvency.
Oh no.
They've actually put out feelers for people to donate to them, and I have. Like, if you can, I highly recommend it because they are completely fan funded. They are largely volunteer based, but they still what they usually do is they use things for like the money that comes in from pre-sales, like the pre-ordering the badges and stuff months beforehand. And obviously, no one's doing that now because no one knows if this is going to actually happen. And no one's really putting in requests for hotel rooms and such. So, and they use that advance money that people are giving them to solidify their space in the convention center. And if they don't have any money, they can't do it.
So they're basically going Bernie Madoff style, where you give me money now so I can put money down for later.
Well,
and
because they're actually nonprofit organization, at least they're listed legally as a nonprofit organization, they can't solicit donations in that way.
So what are they doing?
So basically they're saying, hey, there's this thing on our website, you can give us money, and we hope you don't expect anything in return.
So they're selling nothing, basically.
I just don't understand why, if it's all volunteer based and they're a nonprofit organization, why can't they just wait until when they can open before, like, they don't have to do anything this year, so why can't it just be on pause? I don't understand. They don't have to book anything, they don't have to pay for anything, so they don't need money right now. So why do they need money right now when there's nothing going on? You know what I'm saying?
I get it, and yeah, it's a complicated thing. I mean, every convention is run completely differently. There's no one way to do a convention, because some of them are for profit, some of them are completely volunteer based. Some of them are only run by fans, and there's no professional input whatsoever. But it's just the way they do it. That's the way they've always done it. I think part of it is because how the convention center requires them to put money up front to request a space for that particular weekend. And if no one's buying tickets up front, they have no money to pay them.
Yeah, but need money now is my question, because they obviously aren't going to have a convention right now, especially since
To
it's
reserve
so
the
uncertain.
event space.
Yeah, but obviously if they can't get people to do it right now because it's all in the air, instead of having people do it right now and then being able to reserve it and then being, okay, now we can do it and do everything last minute, just wait another year. Like, I personally think anime fans will always love conventions because, it's a safe space. It's a space where we can go meet other nerds of like minds and shit talk about our different tastes and, like, get to see nerd anime culture. Like, it's a thing that people want. People will always want these type of conventions. And
Oh, for sure.
I don't think that if they just wait a year to do all of this again when they know for sure they can open, like, why? You don't need the reservation now. Just wait, man. Especially if you're nonprofit. It makes zero sense.
Listen, I don't pretend to be an expert in exactly how all these conventions are run. I do know that they have said that if it doesn't happen this year, they're very likely going to go under as a convention. I feel like that's probably not a unique story either, especially if a bunch of conventions get canceled again this year. I can tell you that as much as we, as people who like to attend these conventions, are really wanting them to come back, the people who get invited as guests want them to come back too, because for people like voice actors, it's some of the most money they make throughout the course of the year. Like I've seen on Twitter, like a lot of voice actors that said, listen, as much as you guys want them to come back, we really want them to come back because the conventions are our biggest source of revenue.
Yeah. And again, that's why I feel like the smaller ones that for some reason they're going to close, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would they close now, especially since there's no sales? Like, what do they have to
think
pay?
like the really, really big ones, like, Anime Expo is one for sure. I don't think is going to go away. Or say maybe SakuraCon out in Seattle, or what's Anime New York, I think is the big one in New York City. I think it's called Anime New York. Anyway, I think those are going to be fine. It's the smaller ones that are run by very small groups of people that, who knows what this has done for them personally, monetarily. That maybe they just don't have the money to devote time to this anymore.
I mean, someone's got to pay for the living costs of the lollies in the basement. We
That's
can't just
true.
let them go hungry.
It's true.
Well,
Where were you gonna go with that, John?
Yeah, wow. What do you do to your lollies in your basement, John?
Listen, if I can't feed them for a day or two, I think it's fine.
Damn.
Right?
Oh God.
That's right.
Child
I'm a
abuse.
horrible. Yeah, that's the worst thing about having lolis in your basement.
Yeah. I'd like to think I speak for both of you when I say, like, we'd really like conventions back ASAP.
Honey, as an introvert, I have no say in this.
Yeah, I miss conventions, but I just, the whole going under thing, it's just sus to me, is all I'm saying. I don't know enough information. I just, like every other asshole out there, like every other person out there, I've got an opinion. Everyone's got an asshole. I've got an opinion. Whatever that saying. I don't know what that saying is.
Opinions are like assholes.
assholes.
Everyone's got one, and some people's are bigger than others.
Oh, dear.
I don't know. I love conventions. I can't wait to go to them again. I really want to go to Otakon because someone who recently started going to it, it's become one of my favorite conventions out there. I want to go back. I really do. And so I don't care what you say. I'm fucking dragging your ass to the next one.
Are you lonely, Alex? Do you need
No,
companionship?
Then you'll love today's sponsor,
Oh,
Adam and Eve.
dear. Oh, no.
Listen. We're not actually sponsored by Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve sponsor us.
Oh God.
Listen, I'll run my
doing
dignities through the ground, man. If they're
I'm
good
gonna
enough
be
for
doing sponsorship. I'm gonna be using sponsorship spots for dildos and strap-ons now.
listen. If they're good enough for Wubby, man, they're good enough for me. I'm not above Wubby.
Okay. You have something written here, Show, that I'm actually very interested to hear you talk about.
Okay. Well, so Dr. Sauce asked us the question about traps at the beginning of this episode. And that sparked a conversation off the record between me and Alex. And I said that I was a trap. And Alex was like, I've seen you, show. You're not a trap. And I was like, hold up. This is a long story that I have to describe why I am a trap. Okay? So basically, everyone I meet on the internet says I am a woman. And
Yes.
And
I'm not gonna lie, though. You do have a very effeminate voice.
Actually,
I
for
also
clarification, for if you don't know, I am a man. Okay, but
can confirm.
Can you? Anyways,
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone I meet on the internet says I'm a woman. They insist I am a woman when I tell them I am not, and that's great for them. I am a man. So, like a couple years ago, I was on the phone with my bank. I wanted to change some services, and they gave me like 100 different questions, and I'm like, yes, blah blah blah, my address, my whatever, my postal code, blah 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 blah, and they're like, we cannot service you, and I'm like, why can you not service me? And they're like, on your profile it says you are a man, and I'm like, I am a man. They're like, I'm sorry, you have to come in person. And I'm like, fuck you. Okay, I didn't say fuck you, but I hate my bank. So I had to go in person to get some stupid, trivial services done because they would not believe that I am a man. Fucking sexist bitches.
That is discrimination. I would have fucking sued, dude.
I know. I'm like, what? I have to sound like a certain way to be a man? Fuck you. And this, I just got...
I feel like this is something that genuinely angered you at the time, though.
Well, it was so annoying because I had to get my ass up and go in person to do this trivial service at my fucking bank. And my bank is such an asshole because they never service me properly. No man ever services me properly, and neither does my bank. Anyways, I have a lot of problems with my bank, including their lack of gender respect, whatever. Anyways, I was reminded of the story because like a week ago, I called my bank again, and I was like trying to change services for me and my mom, and like I was describing... I was like doing all this. I was talking to them about my account, and they're like, we can't do this for you. We need to speak to Kazu. And I'm like, I am Kazu. And they're like, no, you're not. And I'm like, I swear to fucking God. I'm just like, I am a man. And they're like, okay. And they actually let me change my services. So that was okay. But I don't appreciate being contradicted. Okay? When I tell you my gender, you say yes. Okay?
You
say
sued
yes,
the first
sir.
time. You really should have fucking sued.
I swear to God. I'm so done.
I mean, I will say you have a very effeminate voice.
No, I don't blame them for thinking
But
I'm a
if you
woman.
have like security questions in place and someone can answer them, like I feel
Yeah,
like
I answered all your fucking security questions. But like in a professional setting, if I say I am a man, that is just sexist to counter argue against me. Okay? Don't explain to me my gender to me. Okay?
Jeez.
So that's
Should
why
have
I'm a
posted
trap.
it on Twitter.
Okay?
You should have tweeted this out. What happened? We should have TikToked it.
Oh my
put
God.
it on YouTube.
Oh God.
Yes.
Listen,
I would be the
SJWs would have had a field day.
Yeah.
Hashtag revenge for show.
Hashtag justice for Kazu.
I swear to God.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit more than annoyed. I would actually seek legal action, but you know that's just because I hate banks. So
I guess so.
Well,
but like,
I mean-
what damages would I sue for? Like, I didn't really
Discrimination.
But like, I didn't really
Yeah.
lose anything. I just like what? I have to pay for the gas to drive there to go in person.
I mean, yeah, your time.
So like an hour.
emotional damages.
It is
They
emotionally
denied
damaging.
you.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
bank.
exactly.
I mean, there's a part of me that can relate to this because I have been told, although neither my mother or myself actually hear it, but we have both been told that we sound alike on the phone.
I'm just imagining your mother now, and it is an interesting image.
She's an interesting woman. But no, we've been told multiple times that we haven't been told it much lately. This is more when I was younger, like in my early teens and through high school, that we sounded almost identical on the phone, so, to the point where people would call. This is back when we still had landlines. That's how fucking old I am. People would call our house and I would answer the phone and people were like, Alex? Yes?
Listen, you have a very motherly aura around you.
Oh, God.
You have like a glow.
Very matronly.
Like a little pregnant glow,
Oh, my.
Jesus.
I can seriously though, I can understand, and I would not begrudge you one bit for being pissed off in that situation.
It's just like I get it so much, and people just never accept that like when I tell them that I'm a guy, and I'm just tired. I'm so tired, but it's fine. Whatever. I'll live my life.
Have you considered making your voice deeper?
No, fuck that.
So yeah, fuck that.
I don't think anyone needs to explain themselves. Like, it doesn't matter if you have a high-pitched voice, low-pitched voice, whatever. If you say you're a man, like, all right, sounds good. Sorry for the mistake.
Especially, yeah, I mean, I can understand them, like, on the phone if they say, yes, ma'am, and he's like, no, I'm a dude. Like, oh, I mean, as a person on the other end of the conversation, I'd be embarrassed, but I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. And then you just move on. Like, that's fine. And then the fact that you say you answered a bunch of security questions and they still wouldn't let you do it.
Yeah. So dumb.
Isn't that what the security questions are for? To confirm your identity?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Apparently I have to sound how they picture me. I don't know how they picture me, but whatever.
I don't know. When you showed up, it'd be interesting to find out if when you showed up to the bank, it was the same person that helped you at the bank as well.
Oh, honey. I would throw my phone at them.
No, you should just like have a Twitch VOD of you like in person, right?
Calling my bank.
Like, look, do you have YouTube? Pull up your phone. All right, I'm live streaming this conversation right now.
Oh my god. Pranked, you're on camera.
God,
I really want to call this episode now Dude Sounds Like a Lady.
No. Maybe. I don't know. You control the titles. I don't give a shit.
Oh, man.
So,
John.
Yes, Alex.
Tell me about Diablo 2.
Yo, BlizzCon was yesterday. Diablo 2 Resurrection's coming out.
I will say,
Christmas.
by the time this episode actually goes live, it'll be a couple of weeks ago. BlizzCon.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, apparently Diablo 2 is getting an HD remake. Same thing like StarCraft 1 did. I paid $20 for that, the HD graphics remake thing, because it was really awesome. And I really wanted StarCraft to work on a fucking Windows 10 computer, because getting old games to run on computers is cancer. Like, they don't work.
Tell me about it.
Like, you want to play something from circa 2006? Guess the fuck what? It doesn't work.
Feels
No,
bad.
the best way to do that is to build a new computer with 2006 components.
Yeah, no, actually, like, I had recently I had a problem with, like, Dead Space 1 and 2, where I had to get a mouse fix. I was getting lag, stuttering issues, because I had to fucking run it in compatibility mode, and this and that. And basically, it's because my computer is too strong, and that's just what happens. And I was like, wow, this is cancer. Not actually
Yeah,
cancer,
a lot of people don't
but
realize that, like, you'd think that if you're going to play an old game on your brand new computer, it'd be like perfect because your computer is so powerful. How could it not run it? No, that was an fucking old game engines, and they ran either in 64-bit or not 64-bit, 32-bit or 16-bit graphics. I mean, it's not going to be good.
Listen, Dead Space 1 came out in like 2007, and this is the age where we started getting more dual processors and quad processors. I think it was dual processors, and it was having problems with people who had dual processors because it was too fast, okay?
Yeah.
Now I'm running fucking, 12 cores?
Oh, no.
Yeah, 12, 24, 89 cores.
Like, it's insane. And so I'm happy that they're remaking Diablo 2. I never got to play Diablo 2. I played Diablo 3 and I hated it. I liked the auction house. I know everyone else hated it, but I liked it because I made so much money off of the auction house. Listen, people are lazy, man. They will pay money. So Blizzard, when it had the auction house on PC for like the 4 months that it did, people would pay money for gold, for gems, and for gear. and I could farm gems through the story, so I just kept replaying the story and fusing up the gems, and it was like a 25% chance to get the certain like rarity of gem or some shit. And I was lucky, and I kept fusing those, and I just kept running the story for more, and I could sell each one for like $7.
Wow.
So I made back how much I spent on getting the Diablo 3 game and then some. So that's why I thought the auction house was awesome. I didn't pay for Diablo.
Play in the system.
No, you didn't pay for it. It paid for you.
Listen, I have a history of playing games and selling stuff in games. But yeah, so I'm
It's
excited.
a legitimate strategy.
I'm just excited for Diablo 2 to come out. It's going to have HD graphics. They're going to just basically bring back the game as it is. It's going to be cross progression. So if I own 2 copies of it, I could play on PC or console. So that's cool. That's
cool.
really it. Like, I hope it goes well with the remake. I've been hearing things from the community like Warcraft 3's remake was really ass. So hopefully it's not ass. I don't know. Especially since all the people who worked on D2 aren't there anymore. So that's why D3 was so bad. Because all the people who made D2 were like gone. I was like, oh,
I'm curious as to what you think, because like there's a lot of games now that are coming out that are essentially just remakes of old games, like HD remasters and stuff.
Yeah, like Demon Souls. Demon Souls just had a remake last year.
Or like how they did the first 2 Halo games, you know, Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2. They did the anniversary editions of those.
Oh, yeah, but the anniversary edition of those are crap. Anyway. That's all.
Yeah.
We live in an era where we're having our second childhood because they're just remaking the games we used to play.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, do you think this is actually a good thing? Because I do think there are some older games that definitely deserve to get remade in like, so that it's not a fucking act of God to get it to run on a new computer.
Yeah, I personally like it just because listen, there are only a handful of games that I will pay twice for, all right? And
a big reason I asked that is because of the recent acquisition of Bethesda from Microsoft means that Obsidian and Bethesda are now under the same umbrella company, and I really, really, really want a HD remaster of Fallout New Vegas just so it doesn't run like absolute ass, and you don't need 80 fucking mods to get it to not crash every 10 minutes.
Dude, I would replay. I love Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I would love an HD remaster of those 2 games. Same thing for like, and I like this remastering stuff because I like playing on PC first and foremost. So I like seeing a bunch of ports come to PC because HD remaster where it gets launched on PC, I can finally play this game because it's on PC. Like Halo, for example. I love the fact that Master Chief Collection came to PC. I really want Halo 5 to come to PC so that way I can replay it again. I literally bought an Xbox just to play Halo, so you know this is a game series I would love to play on PC. That's why I'm hyped for Infinite to be on PC. And
I love Fallout New Vegas. It's one of my favorite games ever. I'm actually doing another playthrough of it right now.
Dude, how are you getting it to run on your computer?
I'm running like 80 fucking mods and it's still crashing randomly from time to time.
Well, that's just Bethesda, though. Let's be honest here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's also because it's a game that was made in 18 months. I mean, it's gonna have some bugs.
Oh God.
But no, like, because I've been watching this video series that this guy called Triangle City has been doing over the last like 2 years. It's all about Fallout New Vegas, and it's strictly about the enormous amount of cut content that this game had. Like, this thing had at least 100 hours worth of cut content.
Wow.
And it's like, and if they do a remaster, I mean, I would be happy just with an HD remaster of this game that doesn't fucking crash every 10 minutes. But I'd love to see if they go and do it, get as many people that originally worked on it back as you can, because there are some of them that still work at Obsidian. Get as many of them back as you can, and try and restore as much of that cut content as possible, because there was a lot of really good ideas that were cut from this game, and I can tell you exactly why a lot of them were cut. It's because of the motherfucking PS3 and its stupid the way it split its memory between its processor and its graphics card.
See, I don't know, because cut content, because I remember New Vegas very fondly as well, but if cut content like changes how you originally play the game, like how you can fucking speed run the game in like 30 minutes by the way.
Yeah.
And I would hate that, because then now you're changing how the game was played, how I remember playing the game, like all the stuff. But if it's just additional content, like there's other quest lines, they were going to flesh out more of the vault story and stuff like that, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. Not stuff
a lot
that
of the cut content involved just NPCs, like making the world feel more alive, adding more NPCs, more buildings and stuff to explore, making the cities and settlements actually feel fucking real, instead of having like 5 people that live in every single settlement that you come across.
See, yeah, I think that would be acceptable. What I don't want is content like fucking Fallout 4 with the house building. I hate that.
Oh, yeah.
I hated having to fucking...
I actually really love Fallout. This is maybe a controversial opinion. I actually love Fallout 4's game engine. I would love to see New Vegas on Fallout 4's engine.
See, I'm fine with the game engine. I just hated first of all, I hated the factions. I hated that you couldn't take over a certain faction. Is it a spoiler? Can I spoil it?
Well, no, that's what New Vegas did so well with its factions. It's like you could do one of two things. You could join them, or you could fucking slaughter them.
Yeah. And fucking Fallout 4 was just such a big disappointment coming off of Fallout 3 and New Vegas,
It was a huge disappointment coming out of New Vegas, especially because the story in Fallout 4 is ass.
Oh, it's so bad. And so I hope they remake the old... Basically, just make the same games that I like playing for the next 10 years, okay? And just do that, and then re-release those games.
I'd also like to say, as a longtime fan of the Fallout franchise, like Fallouts 1 and 2 also desperately need a remaster, because getting those to play on a modern PC, good luck.
Oh, they just released, I think on Steam, or... No. I think on Good Old Games, they had a bundle. I forgot. It was either on Humble Bundle or Good Old Games, or maybe it was Green Man Gaming. I don't know. One of the game bundle websites that I use was offering Fallout 1 and 2 for sale through Steam. I was going to pick it up because I've never played Fallout 1 and 2, but I completely forgot.
I'll tell you this,
but...
if your knowledge of Fallout comes from anything Fallout 3 onward, it's a completely different game.
Yeah, I know that it's supposed to be turn-based, right? It's like tactical turn-based.
It's an isometric view. It's not first person.
Yeah. I know about 1 and 2, but it still has all the lore, which is what I love about the game. Like, I love how much lore there is. Like I don't remember if it was in Fallout 3 or New Vegas. There's like this certain area that has like bloody handprints everywhere, and it's like a haunted vault. And I'm like, yo, I'm out. Fucking peace out. This is creepy as shit.
One of the things I loved about Fallout New Vegas is it has a lot of callbacks to Fallout 2.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like a New Vegas...
I love Fallout. It's one of my favorite game franchises, and like a lot of people piss on Bethesda for ruining it. I mean, you can certainly say that, but if it weren't for Bethesda, we wouldn't have gotten Fallout 3 or New Vegas, so...
Yeah. But also Fallout 76, that was the thing.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Todd Howard, damn it.
Todd, I got news for you. Some of this stuff just doesn't work.
I wonder if Fallout 76 is better. Maybe I'll go play that instead of Genshin.
Hey, if you're going to throw your money at something, throw it at Todd Howard.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got, video games wise.
Yeah. I wonder. No, you're not a big fan of first-person games, are you, Sho?
Depends on how. It's a very broad genre, first-person games.
I know you're not a fan of first-person shooters.
Oh, yeah, I don't like first-person shooters.
Which is a lot of what the modern Fallout games kind of are.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I feel like you'd like the story of Fallout, though.
I'm not American, so I don't like first-person shooters. Sorry.
Whoa, damn.
Damn. Fucking shade thoroughly thrown there.
It was a joke.
I don't know. I think you would actually like the story of Fallout, though.
It's probably straight.
Wow.
Probably heteronormative.
Well, no, in Fallout 4 you can romance whatever you want, right?
That's true. And hey, in Fallout New Vegas, there's a lesbian side companion that you can pick up. There's a gay companion that you can pick up.
I think they're pretty forward thinking in Fallout, but I mean, you don't have to play it. Who cares, right?
I have no idea what Fallout is, but sure.
It's fun. I love it. I highly recommend it.
No, you're detracting from the fact that Diablo 2 is getting a remake and everyone should love it.
Oh my.
I mean, I'll play that too. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, I can't wait for it. Like, everyone says Diablo 2 is really good, and I got cheated out of a Diablo experience because I played Diablo 3. So, and while I wait for Diablo 4, I'd love to play Diablo 2.
You know what we didn't mention? I was gonna wrap this up, but fucking. John, you watched that Hololive Alternative announcement, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Oh. So Hololive Alternative is like a new side project, I guess you could say, from Hololive. It's essentially going to be like a multimedia arm of Hololive, where it's going to be like professionally produced music videos, I guess manga, anime.
Don't they? They're doing an anime every Saturday right now, aren't they? Like the anime shorts?
Every Sunday. It's Holo no Graffiti, and it's like it's watched every way. It's a short. It like most episodes are like two and a half minutes.
Yeah,
they're
really bad.
Every single one is like a fucking fever dream.
I think. Listen, I like the Hololive girls, but some of them cannot voice act for shit.
It's true.
Like freaking Okayu and Kurone, terrible voice actors.
Great entertainers,
terrible voice actors. They are not great. Hosho Marin, she's pretty good.
Yeah. Who else is really? Oh, Coco's pretty good. But she does that deadpan delivery. It's like, all right, let's go do it.
I've been watching more Coco too.
It's gotta be weird for the people making this anime, because all of the they're not coming into a studio to record their lines. They're recording their lines on their own computer setups. So every single one of them has different equipment.
Yeah, but we've seen anime where people recorded in their own, like, as bad it is, because you can notice when people recorded in their own house. But I just because you can play a character as a Hololive girl or as a Hololive character does not mean you can voice act. You know, like, it's
True.
just I can't describe. I've tried watching the Holo no Graffiti stuff, and some of them is okay. Some of them is just like, eh.
Some of them are kind of but there's some of them that are fucking hysterical. The one where everyone's dressed up as dinosaurs, that was fucking hysterical.
Well, I like the one where it's Hosho Marin, and then she's like, "Oh no, I'm tied up. Just kill me already, you brute!" And then you just fucking slowly back away. She's like, "Hey, wait, no, come back! You know you can do anything to me.
You can take me however you want."
But that's just because that plays off of like Marin's character, so that's why it worked out well. But like,
and I'll be honest with you, like the little like teaser trailer they showed for Hololive Alternative had like really decent animation and showing like this like very highly stylized anime versions of some of the Hololive girls, and I'm like, I'd watch it.
You know what I demand? I demand more Achan and Yago.
when is Yako gonna get his own like VTuber persona?
He's been memed so hard. I can't wait. They're gonna lean full into the meme eventually, and it's gonna be great.
I mean, some of the girls already have.
Oh my god.
It's fucking phenomenal to see. I would 100% love a Hosho Pirates anime. I would watch the shit out of that.
Oh my god. It'd be so stupid. But I'd I'd love it too.
All right, I think I will end it there. So thank you all for dropping in. God, I fucked that up. Thank you all there for dropping in to listen to us. Check the description below to find links to Anime Club, After Dark on Twitch, on social media, and on Discord. Check out our merch store and our affiliate links as well. Any purchases you make there do really help us out. With that, I have been your host, Alex, and we will see you next time. Say goodnight, guys.
Say goodnight, guys.
I don't gamble, but I've got an ace in my hole.
Wow.
Bye.